This is so disturbing. You really cannot make this up. African American people are now saying that Carmelo Anthony being found guilty of murder for the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf at a Texas high school track meet is a case of modern day lynching. I'm Brandon Tucker. Welcome back to Accountability.
Carmelo Anthony sound truly justified brand here. Very unfortunate news. The Carmelo Anthony verdict has come down. They found him guilty, potentially facing up to 99 years in prison unless it's appealed, then dropped down to the 2 to 25. The most unfortunate thing about this case is the race baiting, people picking sides, not wanting to look at the full story, people saying, oh, he know what he did wrong. Stop that. We're missing the point of two teenagers' lives were damaged irreparably.
Well, check this out, man. Karmelo, the case, Karmelo, the stabbing, the school. Well, they assigned 12 white jurors to decide his fate. This is crazy, bro. I don't know how that's going to turn out. But then again, the Asian guy who was just acquitted, I believe he had all black jurors himself, but they found him not guilty.
Somebody break down to the ground. What's going through your heart? What's going through your head right now?
Why do we have to carry it? Why are we even here? To be honest, why are we here? Well, we're here for, because if we take up for ourselves, we go to jail. If we don't, we die. So it's a catch-22 in this situation. What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do?
Guilty. That is a decision of an all-white jury in a Dallas suburb in the case of Karmelo Anthony, who was convicted of murder, the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf that took place at a track meet last year in Collin County. It took the jury less than 3 hours to find him guilty. Right now, they are now determining a sentencing phase. Carmelo Anthony's mother pleaded with the jurors to not sentence her son to a long prison sentence, but prosecutors say that's exactly what they want. Carmelo Anthony is 17 years old, was a student with a 3.7 grade point average when an escalated fight escalated at a track meet in Collin County. Austin Metcalf and others approached under this tent and said that he didn't belong there.
All right, I'm done listening to Roland babble. Guys, black people, African American people are now saying that what happened to Carmelo Anthony, him being held accountable for the murder that he committed, is amounts to a modern day lynching. And I'm going to need you guys to help me unpack this. And I'm going to need you all to help me understand what the definition of the word lynching is, because it's clearly not what I believed it to be, where a group of people, usually white people in America back in the day, get together, drag some poor unsuspecting black person out of their home, put a noose around their neck, string them up in a tree, usually castrate them, strangulate them until they cease to breathe, and then set their body on fire. That's what I thought a lynching was. But now people is getting lynched and they're not even dying. So I don't know if these are zombies of the apocalypse or if black folks are just trying to engage in political theater by giving attaching very drastic definitions, very harsh definitions and words to someone just being held accountable for their actions. First and foremost, let's go back to the third grade and look up the definition of the word lynching. So lynching, execution of a person by a mob action without due process of law, especially hanging. The second definition is any act of violence inflicted by a mob upon the body of another person. Guys, Karmelo Anthony doesn't have a scratch on him. No mob of whites came and dragged Karmelo Anthony out of his home. No white person did to Karmelo Anthony what he did to Austin Metcalf, stabbed him in his heart after provoking a fight with a young man who said, bro, I'm not going to fight you at a track meet. You guys got to help me understand where the lynching took place. He killed somebody. He killed someone's child by stabbing them through the heart with a knife for what he said was a push. I broke this down last night when I was talking with this Caucasian man last night who was an apologist for black ignorance. I said, boy, when your mama took you to school, when you was a little baby, a little cracker baby, she said, if somebody hit you, what'd she tell you to do? If y'all in the audience, y'all with me, when your mama took you to school on the first day, she said, if somebody hit you, what you do? What you do? You hit them back. Mama didn't tell you, hey, if somebody put their hands on you, if somebody push you, or somebody put their hands on you, you better pull out a knife and stab them in the heart. She literally, she said, just hit them back. Even in your young age, your mom, your mother, we're all Americans. We have a very similar experience. Your mother instilled in you this idea of proportionate force. She didn't tell you if somebody hit you, go overboard and kill them. She just said if they hit you, hit them back so they can understand how they made you feel. See, there's this movie that I really like. It's called South Central. OG Bobby Johnson. Put a 1 in the comments if you ever have watched the movie South Central. OG Bobby Johnson, Lil Jimmy, Ray Ray, Loco, Hoover Deuce. Y'all know that movie? Put a 1 in the comments if you ever watched South Central. Stop playing, black folks. I didn't come here to play with y'all. Put a damn 1 in the comments if you ever saw South Central, god damn it. Okay. What did OG Bobby Johnson teach us? First and foremost, when did that movie come out? When did the movie South Central come out? Okay, so South Central came out in 1992. I was a young man of 7 when that movie came out. And my granny wasn't letting us watch no violent gang movies, so I didn't see South Central till I was about 8. I didn't see South Central till it started coming on HBO and I sneak and watch it at night, right? OG Bobby Johnson got the realest lesson in prison. I'm talking about back when movies weren't just remade bullshit. OG Bobby Johnson got a lesson in prison that resonates all the way till today. That Muslim man in there in that prison, he's a man, ain't he? This a man, huh? This dude, he said if you hit a man, in time, his wounds will heal. He said if you steal from a man, you can go back later on and repay what you stole with interest. He said, but if you kill a man, Bobby, there is no going back after that. I don't know about y'all, but I was paying attention to my hood movies. And you might say, Brandon, what the hell does this have to do with shit? Do not let black people sit up here and convince you that they don't know any better. Do not let black people play the ignorant slave card on you where they pretend like they're oblivious to reality and the understanding of proportionate force. So you give them sympathy and become a white apologist for black degeneracy. We, as a black man, I'm telling you, we don't need that. We don't want it and we don't need it. And all you do when you do this mess is make our communities more dangerous. See, what you see these black folks doing all this hoopering and hollering, this is why the hood is the hood. This is why the hood is a war zone. Because in the black community, everybody feels sorry for the killer. But nobody even gives a second thought to the victim. Everybody want to be cool and homies with the drug dealer. But nobody wants to understand that drug dealer, they'll just criticize the crackhead. Oh, girl, she was out there selling her ass. She on that stuff. But you don't never hear him criticizing the person who got her on that stuff. You don't ever hear him criticizing the person who sold her that stuff. Now y'all like those guys because they pull up on the block with spinning wheels and whatnot. But OG Bobby Johnson learned the realest lesson. If you hit a man in time, his wounds will heal. Austin Metcalf pushed Karmelo Anthony. And it was Karmelo Anthony's duty to either push him back, whoop his ass, or walk away. He went far beyond that. He didn't understand the lesson that OG Bobby Johnson learned in that prison cell. He will, but he doesn't yet. See, sometimes something like going to prison can be a blessing for you, right? See, OG Bobby Johnson killed somebody. That's how he ended up in jail in the movie South Central. But he went to jail, and going to jail had a transformative impact on his life. And that's what we hope for Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo Anthony was sentenced to 35 years in prison. He gets to go. He's eligible for parole. In 17 years, he'll be a 37-year-old man when he gets his first opportunity to leave prison. Unless they flip Texas blue. Is Karmelo going to come out of jail like Bobby Johnson? Understanding accountability? Understanding that what he did was wrong? And when he comes out accountable, a grown man, understanding what he did wrong and trying to help others, will he be received by those degenerates who stood outside that courthouse and cheered for Barabbas? And if you don't read the Bible, that's on you. Barabbas, criminal. They wanted Barabbas instead of Jesus. Go do your research. They cheered. They cried out for Barabbas. They cried out for criminality. They cried out for viciousness and skullduggery. See, this is not new that a people can be so damn degenerate and low down that they are willing to participate in self-destructive practices. This is not new. This is just the latest example of that. But I'm telling you, I will tell you today, I'm going to say it like Jesus. Truly, I say to you, in 17 years of Karmelo Anthony get out of jail, and he come out being accountable and knowing wrong from right and comes back to that community to try to help people, those same black people will tear his ass apart. They'll rip his ass limb from limb. Because do you want me to educate y'all on black folks? The reason why black folks pray and cheer for degeneracy is because black folks have a mentality of either keeping up with or surpassing the Joneses. If we make you understand, if we make you accept this idea that being a degenerate is something to strive for, the black folks who got sense will always be better than you. That is why you will see a black person who is highly successful move out the hood, but still get on the internet every day and defend absolute degeneracy. I was talking to my cousin the other day, very successful. He's working on a new moon rover or whatever this thing they're working on, right? Very successful. I said, bro, what you watch every day on the internet? He said, brain rot hood bullshit. See, there's a group of people in this world, and I love my cousin, but they will for themselves secure, for themselves, they will do the things today that others will not do to get the things, to gain the things tomorrow that others will not have, right? On a personal level, it's believe and achieve. But when it comes to what they believe is best for their fellow man, go knock over that liquor store, dog. Yeah, they go get you some of that. Go get you some of that good weed and smoke it up. Oh yeah, man, you should go down there and get you a couple 40 ounces and just down them. It's good enough for everyone else in the hood, but it's not good enough for them. These are what you call gatekeepers. These are what you call gatekeepers. People who go in through the door and then they shut the door before anybody else could get in. And they're not literally shutting a door. They're literally, what they're doing is they're promoting all the things that they are promoting for them to themselves. They are focused on achievement. Let's go do the SAT. Let's go to college. Let's get an education. I'm going to go get the high paying job. But I need somebody to rule over. I need somebody to lord over. I need somebody to clown and shame because they ain't got what I got. How do I create a whole demographic of those type of people? Well, I'm going to go do what's necessary to be successful. But to them, I will promote being a degenerate. I see Roland Martin talking about, oh, this was a lynching at Karmelo Anthony. You don't see none of Roland Martin's kids stabbing nobody in the chest. You don't even see Roland Martin kids on the internet talking about racism. No, they live in luxury. They let their daddy be a gatekeeper while they benefit from all the excess that is provided, that is secured by being a modern day gatekeeper. We have a problem in the Black community. And if we don't address the problem will continue to fester and grow. Why is it that you have Black people who know how they would feel if somebody stabbed their kid in the heart with a knife and killed them, sitting up talking about Karmelo Anthony is being lynched because he's being held accountable for the things he's done? He did it. He was old enough to know better. He went above and beyond. And we done made up every type of lie to try to justify what he did. And it's not working. White folks is tired. I'm tired. If I'm tired, I know they tired. I know the Asians tired. I know the Mexicans tired. I know the white folks is tired. I know the Samoans and everybody else is tired. Tired of dealing with volatile Black people who are celebrated and cheered on in their ignorance by Black folks who know better. Well, I'm one of the Black folks who know better. And there's this old saying in the hood that I grew up in: if you knew better, you do better. How is it that now we know better, but we still out here going outside? We'll send $800,000 for Karmelo Anthony's defense, but will we send $800,000 for him to survive in jail? How many of y'all who were cheering this dude on gonna put some money on his books so he's good in jail? How many of y'all go pay for a lawyer to appeal this decision and take this joint all the way up to the Supreme Court? Which you can't, but still, if you could. None of y'all. This is theatrics for Black. This is just entertainment for many Black people. And it's the best type of entertainment because it is interactive. Not only can you get on the internet and act a damn fool lying and carrying on, you could actually show up to the front of the courthouse and do your best impression of a damn buck dancer to prove to everybody that you being ignorant as hell is not just something, a figment of their imagination. It is not something that you just do on the internet. You are actually ignorant and degenerate in real life as well. You can really do that. I adjusted my camera. I want to make sure it's good. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. You can prove it to him. Y'all saw that mess last night? Y'all saw that? Did you? Man, I'm telling you, these folks. And then the worst part is, if you speak out against it, you get rejected by the black community. You become pariah in your own community if you speak facts and truth. But I don't care anymore. That's why I say in the beginning of the show, welcome back to accountability. You watch this shit, you're going to get held accountable. I'm not pulling no punches. I'm going to be just as sold out on accountability and responsibility and being a productive member of society as a lot of black people are sold out on ignorance. We have to be violently defensive when it comes to holding our own people accountable. We have to be ready to do damage when it comes to holding our people accountable. Because you are doing battle against some very serious forces. This is not a game. There are a lot of people who would make a lot of money off the further deterioration of the black community. Right? Why do people call me in the middle of my damn show? Anyway, there's a lot of people who would benefit from that. But I'm not going to let them. And if they do succeed, I'm going to be like a thorn in their damn side every day. I'm going to be out here evangelizing, trying to get black people. Man, come on, man. We got to do the right thing. Karmelo committed his crime. He'll do his time. He'll probably get out of jail when he's 37 years old. But have you guys ever thought about this? Austin Metcalf will never see 37 years old. Austin Metcalf will never see 37 years old. See, one thing I know about black folks, and I know about black folks in the South, places like Texas. I know they was raised in the church. I know they was raised on that old time religion. And I know that even if they no longer believe it or want to accept it, I know that they know what's right and wrong. I know that. So I know that what I'm saying is not foreign to them. I know it's not lost on them. I know that they know what I know. But you got to be a special type of demon to sit up and see wrong and get your ass out in the street hooping and hollering, trying to convince everybody that it's something good. You don't have to agree with the sentence. You don't have to even agree with the verdict. You could say they could have been manslaughter or whatever else. But to sit up and try to paint this boy, Karmelo, as the victim is something else all in its own. The Bible right here, Isaiah 5:20. It says, woe to those who say that good is bad and bad is good. You out there in front of that courthouse acting a fool, trying to convince everybody that something that is a tragedy was just a simple act of self-defense. And it wasn't. Touch me, put your hands on me and see what happened. Bro, I'm not going to fight you at a track meet. You got to get from under our tent, bro. You're not supposed to be over here. Now you're dead. That's the way life supposed to go? Is that the way life is supposed to go? The only reason you have black people in front of that courthouse saying that this is self-defense and he got the, because too many black people no longer value black life. And it's always starting with the women. And you want me to tell you one thing? The use of abortion as a form of birth control has desensitized the Black woman to the sensitivities involved with life and death. I'm saying it because nobody else want to say it. Our women are mass murderers who have long ago tossed aside and disregarded the value of human life. That is why they can look at the corpse of Austin Metcalf and be like, fuck him, let Karmelo Anthony out of jail. They do it to their own womb. They murder their own babies. So why do you think they would care about some white kid? That's why you see mostly women out there. You think this is something, this is engineering. This is engineering. And someone can engineer you, they can program you, but you can also program yourself. This is engineering. That's why you see all them women out there. Go to that trial. Go out in front and ask how many, and if they had the decency to be honest, how many abortions have y'all had? I bet you it's more than 3. They don't value life. How can you expect a group of people who have no value for even the life in their own womb to understand why this boy killing this boy at a track meet is wrong? I must have lost the 20 Black women I had in here instantly. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't care. It's the truth. And the men that's standing out there is the dudes who be broke all year, but will scrounge up $300 to $500 to send her to the abortion clinic. Now the rest of y'all can leave. This is the reality. The type of people you see standing in front of that court building are the type of people who don't pay their child support, don't take care of their kids, have unprotected sex, and then run on down to Planned Parenthood to eradicate the baby that they made, that they prefer to make and kill than put a damn condom on their wee-wee, or to go get a diaphragm, or go get the shot, or the loop, or the 10,000 other forms of birth control at their disposal. Y'all think I'm lying? Huh? No, Brandon, you're making a false equivalency. Nah, I'm not lying. I'm being real. I'm gonna prove it to you. There's a creator named Brandon Jamal. He is funny as hell. I like this guy. He's real cool. He actually had a family member who was outside of the courtroom, right? He had a family member who was outside of the courtroom, out there acting an ass, right? And he said, man, that's my stepdad. Everyone was shocked, right? Let's listen to this guy talk about his stepdad and what kind of man he is, so you can get an idea of the type of Black person that was out there in front of that damn courtroom, out here cheering and celebrating and demanding the release of this damn murderer.
Only good is a dead. Only good is a dead.
Only good cracker is a dead cracker. Who says stuff like that?
Only good is a dead. Only good is a dead.
We scared of the police. The police killing us. The police doing this, that, and the third. You screaming, you standing 4 feet from the police, all white, screaming, the only good cracker is a dead cracker. You ain't scared of nothing. You scared because they won't lay down and stomp on you. They won't lay down and let you stomp on their neck and take what they got. You scared because they make you follow the rules, and you want to live in a world where the rules don't apply to you.
This is some of the most disgusting behavior I've ever seen. Don't believe me? Play the clip.
We kill. Where I come from, we kill them. And if I ever see you outside of Texas, you gonna have a problem. Yup. I'm gonna wrap you up in that flag and I'm gonna set it on. I like the smell of burning, don't you?
This man is the stepdad of Brandon Jamal, who's a conservative commentator, telling a white dude, if I catch you outside of Texas, I'm gonna kill you. Do you think that's helping Karmelo Anthony? Do you think that is, projecting or conveying or helping to reinforce this idea that this dude was just a peaceful warrior who was being beaten half to death and pulled out a knife and then stabbed somebody in the heart?
Don't you? Don't you? See, the time of you having fear on us is over. It's over. We ain't scared of you.
You ain't scared. We know. Black folks ain't scared of nothing. But damn, him a treadmill in the lazy one's job application. Princess Wallace, keep watching this. You're going to get, today, if you continue to watch this, I'm going to give you 3 irrefutable facts that prove that Black folks are, 1, full of shit when it comes to their reaction to Karmelo Anthony, and 2, that his own damn parents didn't give a damn about him. I'm going to give you 3 irrefutable facts. So if you want to know the real facts, stay tuned.
We're going to do some Nat Turner.
Now, I show you how this boy is acting, because now I want to let y'all listen to Brandon Jamal explain how this man was as a man, how it was growing up under this person as his stepfather. Because I'm reinforcing to you this idea that the type of people standing out in front of that courthouse are the type of people who don't value Black life. They abort their own kids. They get a woman pregnant, give her $300 or force her down to the Planned Parenthood and make her eradicate the baby. They don't value life in general. That's why it's easy for them to devalue the life of Austin Metcalf purely based on their feelings and scream and holler and hoop and demand that Karmelo Anthony is released.
Black Lives Matter shtick. He's been grifting the BLM folks ever since his son got shot. And if you don't remember, his son was Jacob Blake, who got shot in the back by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Brandon Jamal daddy is wait, hold on. The guy who was screaming only good crackers, a dead cracker, the dude with the dashiki on with the fat belly, that is Brandon Jamal's stepfather. He grew up under him. He raised them, basically, if you could call it that. And what he is, this case, this situation, which I didn't even know about, it proves my point, what I'm saying. The people outside that courthouse do not value Black life, the life of their own children in the womb. They abort their babies. They cheer on and praise murders. That makes it easy for them to go to that courthouse and demand the release of Karmelo Anthony while totally disregarding the fact that this boy, Austin Metcalf, lost his life. Now, let's listen to this.
A long time ago. Do you remember when the Milwaukee Bucks protested a playoff game? Yeah, that's his son, my former stepbrother.
Jacob is clearly chipping out, but what he won't tell you is that just like Cyrus Cormack and Karmelo Anthony's parents, he also failed his child. His degenerate kid, Jacob Jr., was shot and paralyzed for life by police. For what, you say? Doing exactly what all Negroids were raised to do, become disorderly and resist arrest. Another product of the jungle jamborees. But now his daddy is mad at the world because he failed to raise his son correctly. The perfect definition of a professional victim.
Let me tell you about this man named Jacob Blake. He's from the south side of Chicago, but I grew up in North Carolina because he moved us down there. The reason we moved to North Carolina is because he went to college down there at Winston-Salem State, and he got a job at a water treatment plant down there when I was about 7. So he moved the whole family down there, right? Right. Now, mind you, he tells this story with pride. A couple of months after we moved down there, one of his baby mamas put him on child support. So he quit his job. He quit the reason he uprooted our entire lives, because one of his baby mamas put him on child support. And from that point forward, he was always hustling, or he had his businesses in somebody else's name. So none of his BMs could ever actually come after him for child support, because what is a percentage of $0? Scumbag. He had like 5-6 kids on my mama, right? And he thought buying school clothes every other year was taking care of his kids. As a matter of fact, this man, Mr. Black Lives Matter so much, do you know what he said about the Black children he created outside of his marriage? You know what he said about the baby mamas, the black baby mamas? He said, I'll never give none of them bitches no money. He said that shit all the time. You feel me? All the time. That was his catchphrase. I'll never give none of them bitches no money. As a matter of fact,
Jacob Blake Sr.
Okay, so look, I don't know Brandon Jamal. I don't know his stepdaddy, Jacob Blake, and I damn sure don't know this lady, right? With this, I don't know what she got going on with that hair, with that wig. I don't know them, but this story proves my point. You can say, Brandon, what you said not true. You exaggerating. You doing too much. That's our word. That's our term. You doing too much. No, without even seeing this story, which is freaking crazy. If you couldn't write a movie with a better script, without even seeing this story, I already know that when someone goes to a courtroom to cheer and demand the release of a murderer, that person doesn't value life. And I know that it is easier to get black women to sympathize with murderous people because many of them have been programmed to be murderers in the form of murdering their unborn children without a thought. Some of these black women got more bodies than Freddy Krueger. And you never know. You stick your wiener in them, you stick your wiener in a graveyard. She's never going to tell you. I said it on this channel before. I know someone who's had 17 abortions, one black woman. I could even I'm not going to, but I could even give you her damn Instagram because I know her because she's freaking very close to me. 17. You guys don't understand. There's a serious disconnect between some black people and the valuing of life. Do you see what's going on in Chicago? Do you know that any normal human being living in that area would be in the streets protesting and marching to stop that violence? But when you have a bunch of Pookies and Ray Rays being raised by a bunch of Bonquishas who got lucky, who won the genetic lottery in the fact that they mama didn't abort them. This is what happens. This is the type of society that you produce. Every last person in that crowd outside cheering for Karmelo Anthony has the same toxic, violent mindset as Karmelo Anthony. The only difference is most of them are too cowardly to execute the kill. Most of them are just too cowardly to actually pull the trigger. But if they were able to do it without nobody knowing, or if they were able to do it without being judged, they do it in a heartbeat. But what they don't know is God is the judge. He's watching you. He's paying attention to you. And the same folks will go sit their ass up in church in the front row, falling out and catching the Holy Ghost, talking about praise Jesus. You a whole demon. You don't just have demonic thoughts and practices in secret. You go out in public and gallivant in the parking lot of the courthouse and scream and holler to let people know I'm a demon. I got a demonic mind. I love to kill. I love death and destruction. I celebrate it. I cheer for it. I beg for it. That's what they're doing. You might say I'm being too extreme. I'm not. This is real. You think somebody can, and then you look at people like me and you want me to build a community with these people. You expect me to build a community. You expect common sense, logical, God-fearing black folks. You expect us to build a community with these people. No, we can't. We can't. That's why when we get some money, we go to the white folks' neighborhood. You ain't about to leave us over here with these niggas you done programmed to be murderous thugs. You ain't putting that off on us, no sir. Then we live in the hood with them, and then when we gotta go off on them and bust one of their heads to the white meat show, we gotta go sit in jail. I think anybody who lives around black people should be given qualified immunity for whatever they do. Whatever they have to do to defend themselves. I'm telling you. Y'all gonna tell me these folks ain't got a demon in them. Y'all gonna look at this and tell me that something ain't seriously demonic inside these people. This boy, this man, if you could even call him that, he is at this courtroom with the understanding in his mind, with the reasoning that if someone push you or touch you, you have the right to kill them, right? Right? But he's all up on this white man. He all up in his face. He 2 inches from his face. He yelling in his face. Obviously, I know he's spitting on him. But if that white man was to pull out the same exact knife as Karmelo Anthony and stab him in his chest till he was dead, every black person could say, oh, that's racism and hatred. Bigotry. Put him in jail for 10 life sentences. If these people, what was it called? What did they say? How'd that go, Ryan? If they didn't have low values, they have no value. No, if they didn't have double standards, they have no standards at all. If they didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all. Princess, what's up? All of us are not like that. I understand that. That you're stereotyping now, saying all black. I didn't say all black people. If you listen to me, I did not say all black people. I made it very clear that I'm not talking about all black people. That's something else black people have. Now, you want me to tell you what all black people have? Selective hearing. That's all black folks. Black folks hear what they want to hear. They're not listening to what you're actually saying. They're hearing what they want to feel. Now, I'm going to prove to you that Karmelo Anthony, because this is my girl, she's like fam, I'm going to prove to you right now. So when you go out in your daily walk and somebody be like, nah, it was racist. Them white folks, racism, this type of thing. I'm going to prove to you right now. I'm going to prove to you right now that one, this sentence, one, was not racially motivated. Two, that Karmelo Anthony's family didn't give a shit about, bro. And then three, that the people out there don't give a damn about him. Really. This is all for theater. So let me just write this. And guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. There's 137 of us in here right now. Please hit the like button so we can spread this message far and wide. Let's let them know that we're on to this bull crap. And people, not just black people, not just white people, people of all races, colors, and creed, we understand what these pookies are up to. We know where this energy is coming from, and we're not taking it no more. They will all sit in damn jail if it's up to me, up to us. All right, so here, fact one. Irrefutable facts. Hit the like button for me, y'all. Contribute to the stream if you can. Hit the super chat button. Bless us with a contribution. It will all be appreciated. So let's get here. First and foremost, we're going to let Pookie dance around in the background. So first and foremost, black jurors refused to sit on the jury for Karmelo Anthony. And their reason for refusing to sit on the jury, the reason that was cited by many of them was, we don't want to be responsible for sending a young brother to jail. This is big because what it proves is black people were qualified to sit on the jury. They knew this dude was wrong. It also proves that they understood that if under oath, they would have to tell the truth versus the people in the parking lot who are lying. They know they're lying, They're perpetuating the lie for entertainment value. If you truly believe Karmelo Anthony was innocent, if you truly believe that his quote unquote lynching was racially motivated, you should be chomping at the bit to sit on that jury and say not guilty. Because even if one juror disagrees with all the other ones, it's a hung jury and he walks. He walks. So if the Black people of Texas truly believed that Karmelo Anthony was innocent in that region, why didn't the Black people who they tried to select to be on the jury, why did they refuse to sit on the jury? And then his own defense attorney rejected 3 Black women. And we're going to get to that part too, because I believe there's a reason that happened too. His defense attorney rejected 3 Black teachers. And you know, those women, at least if 1 or 2 of them, they would have probably took Karmelo's side. Understand that. So that's one. The Black jurors refused to sit on the jury. So stop this mess about it was an all-white jury. The ones who were selected, they refused. And then the other ones were rejected by Karmelo's attorney. Right? They were rejected by Karmelo's attorney. So what is this racist a time to kill ass? Oh, this is just racism. No, it's not. It's just not as simple and dumbed down as you would like it to be. You thought you had an out. You thought you had an excuse to act ignorant and be a degenerate and celebrate murderers. And then you found out the truth and you got mad. And then you started jumping around like you was having a seizure, like this dude in this thing. This dude is possessed by a demon. I wish this white guy would have kicked him dead in his nuts. That would have been funny. Now that would have been funny, bro. Should have just kneed him in his crotch. Watching him shake like that on the ground would have been way more fun, way more entertaining and funnier. Trust me, that would have been hilarious. It would have been hilarious. You'd have got a laugh out of me with that one. Okay, so let's keep going. My brother contributed to me. My brother Zarth, always supporting the channel, always being a true loved one. My contribution to the stream, guys, we could do a $5 challenge. Kick your boy down a $5 for a coffee. See, I don't have coffee because I can't afford it. You guys could buy me a coffee. I love coffee, but I can't afford it. You know, in California, a latte is $9. I can't be drinking a latte like that. And I'm fancy. Okay, so let's go to the second one. Second reason. I hope my girl Princess still paying attention. All right, so number 2. This is the worst. This is the saddest one. Karmelo Anthony's parents blew the criminal defense money and begged for a court-appointed public defender. Karmelo Anthony's family received over $800,000 in contributions for his criminal defense, right? For his criminal defense. They blew through that money in a matter of months. I don't want to hear, oh, it was for safety and all that. Stop. Bull crap. Buy a gun. They blew through that money in a matter of months and then went to the county of that area and begged them. They filed something called indigent, which means you are in poverty and cannot afford counsel. You cannot afford representation. So they had $800,000. First, GoFundMe blocked the money. They moved over to GiveSendGo. Through GiveSendGo, they received like over $800,000. They got that money out. Karmelo mama confirmed that they got access to that money and deposits were being made into their account. They blew that money on spinning wheels, Hennessy, probably weed and loose women. They went to the court and said, we don't have money. The court looked at them and said, but y'all just got $800,000. They said, we know, but we blew it. So the court then appointed a public defender. You on trial for the rest. You could spend the rest of your life in prison, and your no good mammy and your no good step pappy saw fit to blow the money that people sent them for you. They sent this money for Karmelo. Blow it on spinning wheels, weed, cigarettes, beer, and loose women. And then say, well, Karmelo, son, I love you, but you're going to have to get represented by a public defender. Do you understand? Now, does that open it up for you? Can your mind absorb this? Does it make it easier to understand why his defense looked like a humiliation ritual? Does it make it a little clearer for you? Like, there's a reason when the prosecution rested their case and the judge looked to the defense attorney and said, what now? The defense attorney said, I don't know. Can we have more time? There's a reason the prosecution rested the case in 2 days. Karmelo didn't have no real representation. He had the representation that his mom and daddy felt was fit for him. They were willing to bet his life on a court-appointed and county-paid lawyer. Can I tell you this too? Excuse me. They received $800,000 in donations. Lord, this flower is wilting. It is hot. It's hot in California. I don't know why. But look, they received $800,000. Hey, put a shirt on. Put a damn shirt on. Anyway, they received $800,000 in donations. The yearly salary they received $800,000 in donations. And I believe it was more than that because they actually raised the ask. First it was $600,000. Then it went to $800,000. Then it went to $1.4 million. So when you raising the ask, the amount of money you're asking for, that's telling me that you're hitting your donation goals. Right? Right? So they received $800,000 in donations. Thank you so much. They received $800,000 in donations. And the yearly salary for a lawyer, a defense lawyer in Frisco, Texas, is $113,000. Let that sink in. So in a year's time, a defense attorney, a criminal defense lawyer makes $113,000 over the year in Frisco, Texas. If you walked up to a defense attorney in Frisco, Texas and said, look, I will give you what you make in a year for 7 days of court, they'll take it. If you said, I will give you double what you make in a year to do the necessary work and then go in court for 7 days, I will give you double what you make in a year if you do that. You don't think they'll be chomping at the bit for that money? They'll be competing with each other for that money. So they got $800,000 and could have spent $226,000 of that money, which would have left them damn near $600,000 left over, right? They could have spent $226,000 of that money and got their son some legitimate representation. And they refuse to do it. You can't tell me your mom and your stepdaddy give a damn about you if they do something like that. They wanted them dead. They wanted them gone. So now they could spend his money on what they want and they won't have to spend it on him. I'm being real. I'm telling you the truth right here. Here's the last one. And this is the nail in the proverbial coffin. Karmelo's family said the system was racist. They said that the reason their son was even being charged was racism. That's what they said. Then they turned around with $800,000 in their pocket. They blew the money and they left their son's life in the hands of the so-called racist system that they told us charged their son purely on the basis of racism so they could splurge. If you believe racism is afoot, why would you then why would you then place your son's life in the hands of these racists? And that alone proves everything these people say, including but not limited to these no goods in the parking lot dancing in this white man's face, is a lie. It's not racism. It's criminal neglect. It's criminal negligence on the part of Karmelo Anthony's parents. It is criminal negligence on behalf of this boy's parents. That's why it's looking so one-sided. They didn't love him. They don't care about him. They don't give a damn about him. Like a lot of black people don't give a damn about their kids. The same way those black people who letting their kids go and raid downtown Chicago don't give a damn about their kids. The same way Karmelo Anthony parents don't give a damn about him. What you are looking at and dealing with is a generation of youth that are being totally neglected by their parents. Mama gotta have a life too. Daddy, he ain't even your daddy. He just the dude fucking your mama. He don't care. Shit, he wanted to hurry up and get out of court so he go sit over at Golden Corral and eat pork rib. Eat what's it called? McRibs. I'm just telling you. These are the facts. I'm just presenting them to you. These are the facts. I am just presenting them to you. I just gave you 3 facts that proves this ain't got nothing to do with racism. And in our community, too many times, pure criminal neglect is labeled racism. It ain't racist. If your kid is running the streets with a gun with a switch on it because you neglected them and there ain't no damn food in the refrigerator, it ain't the police fault when they gun them down. It's your fault for neglecting them. But what do we like to do? We love pointing the finger at everybody else. Gross negligence. Thank you, Lou the God. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, please don't forget, we are asking for $5 contributions. This thing's been demonetized ever since I said the word nigga. So bless up the channel so we could just talk in the name of freedom of speech, so we could just talk the way we want. We family. When you talk with your family, you don't censor yourself. You know what I'm saying? What you say? There was no race malice between the 2 young men's argument, which led to one being dead and the other spending 35 years in prison. It was just 2 hot-headed boys being boys. And I really think it was just one hot-headed boy, really. I mean, when I heard that Austin said, bro, I'm not going to fight you at a track meet, I was like, shit. I can understand that because bro was on his way to college. The last person who's gonna fight you is an athlete on his way to college because they're not trying to ruin their scholarship. Sometimes boys do kill each other. Sometimes boys do kill each other. But when children hurt each other or kill each other, the parents come together and say, this was a tragedy. These are children. We have to come together to show them what to do in the face of a tragedy. And while I feel like Austin Metcalf's father tried to do that, I feel like Carmelo Anthony's parents were totally against it. And like I said last night, I'll tell you what I know Austin Metcalf's parents aren't going to do. What they aren't going to do is try to take up a civil suit against Austin Metcalf, his Austin Metcalf's parents are not going to do what Carmelo Anthony's parents would do if the roles were reversed. They're not going to try to take up a civil suit against Carmelo Anthony's family to get some of them $800. Some of them $800. Y'all wanted the nigga? The nigga's here now. I'm talking like a nigga right now. That's what y'all want, right? Celebrate me. If I start talking like that, y'all contribute to the stream. He's one of us. I am one of you. I am one of you. I just don't speak Ebonics. That's all. I do speak some Ebonics sometimes when I'm making love. No, I'm just kidding. Whose is it? No, I'm just guys, but we got a few minutes left. We got a few minutes left. I want to show this dude talking about this. You know, they letting this little pervert dude. You know, it was a whole offender who was claiming to represent Carmelo Anthony. That black dude, the lawyer, the staff assistants who said he saw Austin Metcalf and them boys jumping on Carmelo. Turned out, bro, is a sex offender. Like, took a high school kid to a hotel room and was like, wouldn't let the kid out the room and stuff. And I don't see how this dude's walking free, but he is. Oh, I need to get some sleep. I look tired as hell. I'm looking at myself on my TV. I need to get. I was staying up late. I've been staying up late. Wait, I want to. Let me see if I can pull this up. Because you got a lot of people talking. And oh, look, this is someone. I want to show you guys this because you probably didn't see this. Let me show you this. Shout out to my brother Sticks and Stones, LA. Sucker season, LA. My boy Heavy Gang. Let me show you this because this is old. Let me show y'all this. So this proves my point about the money situation. After raising nearly $500K, Carmelo Anthony's family moved into a $900,000 home, and he got a new Cadillac Escalade worth $150K. So this was on April 16th. This was over a year ago. We see what they was doing with the money. See, what I believe happened, there's this thing like I've witnessed among the black community, my community, where we will convince ourselves of something that is very unlikely to happen, right? I believe Carmelo's family convinced themselves that there was no way in hell a jury was going to convict him. I believe Carmelo Anthony's mother and father, stepdaddy, the nigga smashing his mom, I believe they convinced themselves that there was no way in hell that a jury was going to convict Carmelo Anthony. And that gave them the room in their mind to justified going out and blowing that money like that. I got a homegirl. I'm not gonna tell you her name. Man, I was like, why are you sending this boy money? I just want to make sure he gets fair trial. Well, your money didn't make sure he got nothing. Your money went on spinning wheels, and this dude is going to jail for 35 years. You could have kept your money, gave it to your own kid, instead of sending your money to degeneracy. But what do you expect? Black people send money to Jim Jones. We love sending money to bullshit. But we'll sit up and claim and hoop and holler about how we ain't got no money. If black people don't have money, how do we give $800,000 to a degenerate criminal? That's all I'm saying. And y'all thought I was joking when I said Cadillacs and spinning wheels, huh? That was the truth. Everything I say on here is rooted in truth to some degree. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you give me some more water? You really didn't have to put a shirt on. I was just joking. Can you give me a little bit more ice and can you fill it up to the top, please? Thank you. But anyway, see, guys, the whole family has to suffer when I'm on here. Oh yes, this is the one I wanted to let y'all listen to. I want y'all to listen to Bonquisha as she tell you why her murderer should be let free.
Oh no, I ain't got nothing to tell them no more.
Black folks
What do you want us
black
to
folks
do?
always talking about they ain't got nothing else to say, but then just keep on talking. Y'all ever notice that? Black folks be like, I ain't really got nothing to say. And the nigga will talk for 3 hours after that statement is made, will continue to go on with it. I think that's something unique to us. I ain't got nothing to say to you. And then talk your damn ear off. If you ain't got nothing to say, shut it. Shut your pie hole.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for it. I don't know what to do.
We want you to go home. we want you to stop acting like an ignorant. We want you to act like you know exactly why this boy is going to jail and say some kind words, some uplifting, encouraging words, and then take your ass home. And I want her to get some chapstick and do something with these edges because god damn. Good Lord Almighty. They got dressed up like they was going to the club. They got their nails done. This chick clearly got her lip waxed. This dude got his gold on. This I told you, this is entertainment for black folks.
I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more.
She probably aborted 5 other ones.
You can't walk away no more.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin.
You can walk away.
Right now, I hear.
What do you want us to do?
Sorry, damn.
What do you want us to do?
I thought I had at least 3 minutes of ignorance being spewed by this woman.
I don't know what to do.
I'm lost. Why? I don't know what to do. How about love the Lord your God with all your heart and above anything else? So just do that and you be all right. Woo. So they was out here getting spicy. Oh, I like this African dude. This is probably why Black America has turned on Africans. Yeah. Look, you trying to be funny. I want y'all to watch this dude. And when he's talking, he's like, I'm blacker than all y'all. I'm African. Watch this lady put her claw in his damn face. I would have probably bit her damn finger off. See, that's the funny thing. Black folks is like, oh, if someone push you, you got the right to stab them in the chest. But black folks stay invading people's personal space, getting up on people, trying to intimidate them. We the #1 intimidators. But then want to say we got the right to kill somebody for allegedly trying to intimidate us. Do I think Karmelo Anthony was scared of Austin Metcalf? Not in any way, shape, or form. Not in any way, shape, or form.
I'm from Africa. I'm blacker than all of you. By far, actually. So you're African? Yeah. From the motherland. Born in Africa. Hold on. All right, I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. Black people are not exclusively from America. They're from all over the world. All over the world. They're from Africa, Australia, Great Britain, not just in America.
We don't need your her. He's doing that on purpose. When he's we don't need her, that's not no damn Southern accent. He's doing that on purpose. Go take that dude to work. We don't need you here. He gonna talk proper. But see what we do? See what our folks do? He's saying he's not agreeing with them, so he don't want them around. The black citizen in America has been perfectly trained by the white liberal to be violently ignorant, violently defensive of double standards. So we could come out here and act a damn fool, be all up in that white man's face, bouncing around. Black people standing around said nothing. But this dude is respectfully disagreeing with you. Now you want to move him. He got to leave off of public property. Ain't it funny how they over here saying, Karmelo Anthony didn't have to move. Austin Metcalf wasn't in charge of that tent while they're simultaneously trying to move bro off of public damn property that his taxes pay for.
All over the world. They're from Africa, Australia, Great Britain.
Now, imagine, put Austin Metcalf face on this little ugly cockroach looking dude. Imagine if that dude pulled out a knife and stabbed this little ugly monkey looking dude in the face, in the chest. That's exactly what happened. You're watching exactly what happened at that track meet. Hey, bro, get up out of here. You're not supposed to be here. Hey, man, go. Get up front of hey, man. Now he's dead. According to this buffoon's logic, I almost called him a baboon. According to this buffoon's reasoning and logic, this other black dude was totally justified if he would have pulled out a knife and stabbed his ass in his chest. That's the same thing. Ain't that crazy? Look at God. Just reveal. He is a revealer of truth, Lord.
Not just in America.
Look at him. You see him? Look. You see how he putting his hand in his face? When you do that to somebody, how do they know you're not about to touch them? When you go to shove your finger in somebody's face, how do I know you're not trying to poke me in my damn eye like John Jones? You put your hand in my face like that, you're going to be on the ground. You put your hands in my face like that, I'm going to bite your shit off and kick you in the nads. That dude don't look interesting. He looks like a crack baby. Ain't nothing interesting about that. He look like what he is. Did you hear him? I swear to God, he's threatening this dude. This little pipsqueak is threatening this dude. Boy, you better call on every ancestor you got and smite that little bug. I swear, we the biggest bullies, bro. But swear we the victim and we scared everybody.
That's a death threat.
He said he'd kill him. Yeah, you did. You said you'll put him in the ground. We heard you.
What'd he say? He said I'm going to do this to you. What's that mean? I'm from Africa.
Oh, and then this is funny. This is the comic relief. The monkey boy who was dancing around in that white dude's face, he comes in at the end. Look, you see, this is the guy who was jumping and gyrating. This is crazy to me, man. This is wild. What is wrong with folks? What is wrong with folks? Guys, let's get to some of these super chats, man. We got a lot of brothers who have blessed us today, man. And I want to let y'all know I'm very appreciative. Shout out to my brother, Heavy Gant Reacts. Y'all go check out his channel. The best, the only place I go for body cam footage. Bro, be funny. He let the video play too, but then he inserts like funny ass quips and little nuggets of wisdom. I was rolling. I'll be rolling the whole time when I'm watching it. It's very entertaining. Dang, y'all way back here, huh? Hold on. Was this for a second? Did I pass something? Y'all, I didn't pass up a lot of contributions. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get on it. Let me get to it. Okay. So we got sucker season LA. Karmelo teams dropped the ball. Carmelo's team dropped the ball on humanizing Karmelo when Austin's dad attempted to play with them and express his forgiveness. 100%. 100%. Yeah, you're right. When he was like, oh, I forgive them and all this stuff. Bro, I was walking and we was talking about the trial yesterday. And I was telling my lady, like, I was like, the kids who testified against Karmelo, right? They said that they didn't believe that there was going to be a fight, right? They said that. Why didn't the defense attorney then say to them, well, if there wasn't going to be a fight, why was it necessary that Karmelo Anthony had to leave? Would you, if you were seeking shelter from rain under a tent, be happy if someone bigger than you came and said, hey, you got to move and go stand and walk in the rain because you can't be under our tent? Would you be happy if somebody did that to you? There's no kid on earth who could answer, yes, I'd be happy if someone chased me from up under their tent out into the rain. This type of cross-examination never even happened. You have to make it like no one wants to be in the rain. No one wants someone coming up to tell them they got to be in the rain. I would even play into the whole love thy neighbor crap that all the liberals and youngsters are saying. Well, do you believe in God? Yeah. Doesn't the Bible say that? Doesn't God say you have to love your neighbor? And if your neighbor needs shelter, you got to give it to him. Well, Karmelo is your neighbor, and he needed shelter from the rain under your tent. Do you think it was right that Austin met as a lover of God? Do you believe it was right that Austin Metcalf expressed hatred for his neighbor and tried to force Karmelo Anthony out into the rain? What if he would have got sick and caught pneumonia and died? I should have been bro lawyer. They should have gave me the money. I don't think it would have been hard to make a bunch of little young kids express sympathy and remorse for what Austin Metcalf tried to do to Karmelo. Heavy Gant reacts, my brother. We have become a lying ass people, bro. Man, woo. We look. Let me. I'm gonna give y'all one more scripture. Let me give y'all one more scripture. Okay. There is this scripture that's stick in my mind since I was a kid, right? And it's about lying, right? And it's about just like basic lying, and then but there's another level. There's another level of lying that God strictly condemns, right? That's like, woo, that's another level. Hold on. Let me get the scripture. Okay, so this scripture is at Revelations 21. Revelations 22:15. This is the one right here. Let me right here. 22:15. It says, states that outside the holy city, right? Meaning you can't go in God's kingdom, are the people who love and practice lies. Basically, it says anyone loving a lie will not inherit. It's something detestable. That's how anyone loving a lie is I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, Proverbs 20:22. That's the word I forgot. Right here. Proverbs 22 declares that lying lips are detestable to the Lord, while Proverbs 6:16 through 19 lists a lying tongue and a false witness who pours out lies among the 7 sins the Lord hates. The 7 things the Lord hates. If you bear false witness and you lie and you basically fall in love with this idea of lying, God hates you. Think about that. He basically just hates you. And this is why black people are cursed. We don't just lie. We love lies. Many of our people love lies. They'll lie before they tell. There are black people who will lie even if telling the truth won't have no negative impact on them. They still lie. They'll lie just to see if they can get you to believe the lie. And when you say, I'm not believing that, I was just playing. No, you was just lying. You was just lying. And you know, if I say that, I'm the bad guy. If I say that, I'm the bad guy. Not the person lying, swindling, scheming, trying to get over on people. Me for calling it out and speaking the truth. Ain't that about nothing? Ain't that about nothing? Apparently, I'm purposely naive. There are too many people in our community who love lies. They love it. Those people in that parking lot who wasted their day, I mean, most of them probably ain't got no job, but miss work to be out there. They're not there because they defending Karmelo. They're there because they love bearing false witness and they love lying. They're demonic. They're demon possessed and don't even realize it. Keith Ryant 5779. Thank you for the $5 holler. Thank you for keeping it real. Well, Keith, sometimes keeping it real goes wrong, but thank you for the $5 holler, my brother. Thank you for watching. Y'all in here today, and it's good to see y'all. Guys, I need you to do me a favor. We about to wrap it up. Real quick, I want you to rate this live stream 1 through 10. 10 being the best, 1 being the absolute worst. I shouldn't have quit my day job to become a full-time YouTuber. Oh, shoot, my boy. Where did you leave a comment? Oh, there we go. Okay, shout out to Turney Tyke. This is my day one brother right here. Either Charleston White's new take on this is correct, or this decision to go to trial was just a GoFundMe scam. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder why he didn't take a deal. But like I said, sometimes our people will convince themselves that something that's highly unlikely to happen is almost guaranteed to happen. So I don't know. What is, oh, let's see. I got a 10, 10, 2. Hey, come on, 1 through 10, 1 through 10, folks. What are you guys rating this live stream? 1 through 10. I need all my portrait viewers, all my people. Hey, do me a favor, portrait viewers. Can y'all like the stream? If you watching this, join in portrait mode. Sellout talk. See, this is the problem. When you tell the truth, you'll sell out in the black community. More proof that we love lies. More proof. What is Charleston White's new take on it? That's what I need to find out. Because I thought he said he thought Karmelo was innocent. Let me see if I can find it. Charleston. Is this it? The one that was 3 days ago on Say Cheese? Turney Tyke. Is this one? Was it on Say Cheese? Oh, about the appeal being the plan all along. Sellout speech. Let's talk about Karmelo. Scared of the fade. For real. For real. What's this 100? Oh, you rating in the 100? Thank you, Miss Berry. Thank you. It wasn't an all-white jury, right? It wasn't. We know. They just saying they're stupid. Be smart, stay apart. Bananas and apes. Oh, bananas and rice. Yeah, he ain't getting no appeal, bro. Appeals are extremely rare. I don't know. Let's see what we can close out because we actually had about 10 minutes left, but we can close out. Guys, while we watch this Charleston White take, do me a favor, like the video. Like the content. More is coming your way. I finally quit my day job to become a full-time YouTuber. It's all or nothing. So get those contributions in. Hit that like button. He was not overcharged.
So let me just say, since I said that, I want to take the time to apologize to Karmelo Anthony's family. Man, I was all the way wrong about that kid. I was all the way wrong about that kid, homie.
Yeah, he was just indicted.
I was all the way wrong about that kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly. I had opportunity to talk, piece him up. He go beat these charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school. So I'm take a knife to school, fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over there with him because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side.
First of all, he's a new kid, but he's not a new kid at their school. He's at a track meet. So what does being new have to do with anything? If he never went to the, if he would have went, like, even if he had been, there was no way that we're going to know this guy. So how is he a new kid? And he didn't bring a knife to school. How did he stab somebody if he didn't bring a knife to school? Charleston White, he must have been high.
One of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in.
Okay.
And these some big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around. The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around. The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been an abusive father. He ain't even been in their life. So he just coming and getting the light. He just coming and getting the light. So he a low down dirty cracker. His sons are bullies. They bullying on the kid. They no, because he black. Get from up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong cracker. He should have killed both of them. He should have killed both of them Peckerwoods. With a nigga that's minding his motherfucking business, that don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they trying to make it about race. No, it ain't about race. Justice was served when he killed that cracker. Self-defense. And the reason I say that is, anybody can go see the video. Why do you think the media outlets ain't promoting to go see this video? You can go up to the school to see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty. But because it's in an all-white town in Crackerville, and they done made it about race, whoever Sarah Fields is, Sarah Fields, you a rotten motherfucker. And if I just had some time, I would put an army behind this family, but I ain't got time. It's supposed to be an army because Sarah Fields and the father and somebody who works for the court have been releasing Karmelo Anthony's family information to Sarah Fields. She's been putting it online, and the white folk been going. So they've been having to move. All those lies made up, homie, they can't even get the GoFundMe money. So they hadn't even got, they can't even touch the Go. So they just trying to smear campaign, but that's what the cracker do. Boy, I wish I can go back to when I was saying the type of shit. Boy, I wish they could have caught me 3 years ago when I was really on my let's go get the.
This guy has to be high. The mom admitted that they received the money from Give, Send, and Go. GoFundMe suspended the campaign, so they moved the campaign over to Give, Send, Go. And the mom admitted that they had already started taking withdrawing money from the Give, Send, Go account, where they raised over $600,000 initially. Then it went up to $800,000, and then I believe it reached $1.4 million. So what is Charleston White talking about? This guy, he went around that family and they started feeding bro a bunch of lies. And I don't think Charleston is sharpest tool in the shed, but he's sitting up there just spouting stuff that's absolute lies, bro. Oh, this and that, but that's okay. I think Charleston is trolling, honestly, because Charleston. Yeah, this is from me, but they posted this like 3 days ago. That's what I'm telling you. Look, 3 days ago. Charleston White say cheese is clickbaiting then. But you do know through like open whatever, you can go watch the video. All you have to do is request it. There are people, regular people who watch the video. You just have to request it from the county or whatever. There are normal, regular people who have been able to watch the video. Whether it's old or not, they posted 3 days ago. They bought bro a Cadillac for, bro, they went and spent $150,000 on a car, y'all. Oh, you sent me this video from yesterday? Let me see if I can pull it up on WhatsApp. Oh, did you send it in WhatsApp? Let me see if I can pull it up. You know what? No. Let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, it's on Twitter. Okay, cool. Let me just send it to myself. Guys, I got it. I got the link. All right. Yeah, God has the last word. You ain't lying. Do you believe he deserves his time, Brandon? Is the man? Yes. Yes, I do. I believe he deserves exactly what he got. I actually think they did a really great job in sentencing this dude because he still has hope to get out of jail. Like, I think that's at the end of the day's got to end. But I believe. Why did this person turn my damn TV off? Anyway, yeah, I think they got it. I think they got it right with this one. Bro, it's just an unfortunate situation. But there was no way bro was not doing at least 20 years in jail as far as I'm concerned. You 18, even if you do a dub, you're going to still be 37, 38 when you get out. I think that's fair. Because like I said earlier, Austin Metcalf ain't never going to see 37 years old. You took somebody's life, bro. Like, I don't get why that's so hard for people to understand. Bro took somebody's life. Marked them out of existence. I think bro should be very fortunate that he got that. I mean, it sucks to say somebody should be fortunate about jail sentence, but shoot, it could be worse. It could be worse, man. It could be 100% worse. Let me see if I can do this. Share screen, window, share the audio. Let's see what Charleston's black ass is saying.
And you cannot make me believe that as many her white. We already got the money set aside for appeals bond. Why? All white jury, the judge and the DA are buddies, along with the dad, best friends. That's been our trump card. We've been holding. We already knew that. God has spoken, and you cannot make me believe that as many gray-haired white women on that jury that's dealing with white guilt about going to heaven is not going to have no compassion about a kid that's been straight A from the time he's ever read a book in school, has no history of violence, has saved children's lives by risking his own life by jumping in and save somebody from drowning. This kid has no violence. Austin, on the other hand, is a violent brute with some sexual rape allegations hanging on his ass. That's why, man, they coerce them kids. But one thing about kids can't lie to professionals under pressure. When you was told, when you gave a statement in the beginning, you can't come back and amend it later and say, well, I meant. No, what you said that night is law. Back up right up. All them white people talking about what they gonna do, they ain't gonna do shit, nigga. They ain't gonna do shit. When Makai Johnson and Galvin Long killed them motherfucking white police officers, you white motherfuckers didn't do a goddamn thing. Not no guilty. If you think they're gonna find him guilty and they just put manslaughter on as a charge and it wasn't on there in the beginning, you don't know law, cracker. You like the dumb white boy that had the whip. He can't spell either, nigga. Yeah. We already got the money set aside for appeals bond. Why? All white jury, the judge and the DA are buddies, along with the dad, best friends. That's been our trump card. We've been holding. We already knew that, but we wanted everything to play out how they had it. I can't wait till I walk. The family. We waiting on each other. Yeah. I've been riding with the family, nigga, since day one. I'm sorry, since day 5. White people mad because they poor. Nigga, I wouldn't give a damn about what happened. I got a show tomorrow. I'm getting rich out here off content creation. All you white people, you're still going to be fucking poor, struggling with gas prices. Say, big dog, hey, I went and got me a Miss Lily. I went and got me a white woman. Yeah, I went and got me a white woman
I'm finna treat her like she black today. So I'm giving her everything she wants. You want some wings? You want some chicken wings? Say no, listen, I told y'all everything I told y'all about that motherfucking trial. I told y'all, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I told y'all last year the boys had dope in their system. I told y'all it wasn't a knife, it was a compass tool. It wasn't even long enough to get it, it wasn't even long enough to pierce his heart. Yeah. Yeah, white people is gonna be mad in the motherfucker. White people is gonna be mad in the motherfucker. And guess what? White people can't beat everybody. Yeah, they got China on their ass, North Korea, Russia, Afghanistan, Venezuela, Mexico, Canada. Y'all can't beat everybody, cracker toe. Listen, the prosecution came back. Now, when did white folks start having compassion? When did a crack?
I'm done, bro. Charleston is trolling the shit out of y'all. If you believe this dude is for real, you crazy. Charleston White is trolling. But I think this is what a lot of people do when they just be like, they don't know what else to do with the black community. They just start throwing shit out to see what you done, what people are dumb enough to actually believe. He gotta be trolling. He funny as hell, but Chinese people hate blacks. I don't know, man. I think nobody hates blacks more than other blacks. That's what I think. Hey, shout out to someone who's contributing to me on PayPal. Who's contributing to me on PayPal? Let's see. Home, how's the SL1 camera? It's great. Thank you so much. I don't know who this is, though. Thank you so much. Hey, bro is out of his mind. I ain't gonna lie to you. Got silly at the end. It was silly when it started. It wasn't a knife. They recovered the weapon. It was a cleat cleaning tool. Come on, Charleston. Come on, man. I never saw a cleat cleaner that even looked remotely like a knife. I never saw that. So when Charles was talking about it was a cleat cleaning tool, that sounds dumb. But guys, listen, we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah, he just rambling. Charleston he knows shock value. That's what get people to watch. So he says shocking things, and people will watch that just to say, oh, just to disagree with him. He knows what's up. Charleston White ain't no dummy. Thank you. Thank y'all though for watching this. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Home for the $10 holler. I don't think I'm missing anybody. If I'm missing you on your super chat or contribution, now's the time. You got 30 seconds to let me know so I can shout you out. No, it wasn't a lynching. We know that. How's it a lynching and nobody died? No, Karmelo don't got a scratch on him. Yeah. MAGA is white trash. I mean, there's trash in all groups. Let's be real. There's trash in all groups. So what do you call black trash? Is Karmelo Anthony black trash? Somebody who stabbed somebody in the chest with a knife? James from Cherokee Nation. Hey, all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this one up. Thank you so much. Please hit the like button. Everybody coming through, everybody passing through, please hit the like button. I appreciate it. Guys, Thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate everything you do for me in this channel. Please come back. I will be producing great content. If you want to be tapped in, you know, just like hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please do not be like Karmelo Anthony. Love thy neighbor. And most importantly, take care of each other. Peace.